Hello. Are you all alright? I'm making me tea. I'm just going to have a little bit of toast with my homemade bread and the beans that I made because I've still got loads left. I'll show you. So, where are they? Just them. See how much I've got left. So I was thinking, I'll try them cold again. I had them, was it last night? Did I have them last night on toast? What did I have last night? Yeah, I did. So I'm gonna, they look dead nice though, don't they? They smell divine. So let me tell you this, right? I go on Reddit, does everyone know what Reddit is? And it's quite, let me get my chair. Let me just get me trusty chair. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit upset. So I go on Reddit and there's a cooking thing called, I think it's called Our Beginners, and people ask for help. So I've been putting my own, saying, have a look, you don't have to subscribe, but it might help you. Anyway, this morning, what did this person put? He wants help. Oh gosh, I can't remember. Let me get my phone. No, I'm not even gonna. He wants help. He's asking for help, not advertising. It's like, and I just messaged back, I wish you blessings and I hope the sun shines on you today, but just the power of words, isn't it? And, you know, I know like that, it just took me back, you know, and it threw me a bit and it made me question myself. And, you know, the reason I'm doing this channel is not so I can get like 1 million followers or anything like that. First and foremost, I done it to help myself, didn't I? And I done it to help others, but it made me question my own values, my own worths. And, you know, people someone else might say, oh, just, you know, get over it, Janine, but would that person have said that to my face? Do you know what I mean? And it's like, and how dare they assume that that's what I'm about? Because I'm not, you know, I don't. You can see that I live a pretty simple life, don't I? I live a frugal life. I'm not, you can see by me home that I'm not a materialistic person. And it just made me think, and then I thought, no, I know why I'm doing it. I started it for my mental health, and because I want to help people. I've always wanted to help people all my life. The job I'm in now is a little bit different, but my longest job was about helping people. This one is about helping people, but it's just in another realm. I was moved over, I won't go into that because it's work. And anyway, but, you know, it's like it throws you, and I just thought, there's no need to say that. So I didn't say anything, you know, I could have been a smart ass, couldn't I, and said, oh, pack it in your keyboard, but I didn't want to. But, you know, something makes you question your own. And I struggle with that. You know, I've struggled with that a long time and all my life because, and you know, we all know that I went for therapy, but having therapy at 52 is not going to cure them triggers. And it just made me think, is that what people think? Anyway, I went downstairs and sat in the garden with Cece, and I thought, no, you know, that's not what I'm about. I don't want to come on here to get 1 million followers and become dead famous. That is not my intention. You know, if I did want to, I'd be going a different way about it, wouldn't I? Do you know what I mean? I've just come on to help myself and to try and help others, you know. And if I can do that, but it threw me really bad, and things like that do throw me. I had an incident the other week, you know, and they often say, don't mistake my kindness for weakness, because people do. And the other week it happened to me. I won't go into that either, but it was absolutely vile. And sometimes I can stand my ground, but sometimes when someone like it makes me think, and it is my thoughts that, you know, could people be thinking my intention is to, you know, to get famous and make loads of money, and it's not. It's not. Do you know, I'm going to partially retire in August. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, I'm financially okay, and I wouldn't want to be rich or, you know, known. I'm not doing it for that, but it threw me and it made me think. It took me right back to where I used to be, how I used to that, where someone could say one thing. Anyway, I'm still going to post. I went down and sat in the garden and thought, no, you're not stopping me, because it made me withdraw and think, I should have stopped doing it. And then I thought, no, don't you let one person, Janine, hold you back. They know that says more about that person than it does about me. And that's what happened the other week. And I went on my Untold app. I've told you about that, haven't I? It's on Apple and iPad. It's on your phone, and that's really good. It gives you a good psychology. And I always speak into it when, because I don't mind talking to people, but what I find is good about this is that I can sit here and just have a chat and no one's saying, oh, you know, Janine, should have done this. Don't get me wrong, I've got my friends I go to that reassure me and say, you know, it's fine, you're going to be okay. But I am human, and I've pondered on it anyway. I sat in the garden and I thought, no, I'm still going to carry on. I'm still going to do it, and remembered the reason why I'm doing it, to help me with my mental health, and if it can help another person. But there's two types of people, isn't there? There's like those that I often find that people say, you know, if they say something horrible to you and you say, that's not very nice, and they say, I was only joking, it's deflecting, isn't it? It's gaslighting you. If that's face to face, because I can stand up to people face to face. 9 times out of 10, I don't, because there's no point me channeling in my energy. And I think as well that with people like that who will put negative comments on, they're after attention, and any type of attention's good. So whether it be good or bad, that's just in my analogy and my experience, people. But I thought, no, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to carry on doing it and posting my meals and my little chats, and because it's really, really helped me. I was, 4 weeks ago, just at the end of my tether with being in a lot, and this YouTube channel has really, really helped me. And I know it's helped my friend Kay. So there's one person, isn't it? But I just think that people, they're very blasé with the words, aren't they, when it's not to your face, when it's like behind a keyboard or they're writing you a letter and stuff like that, and I'm not, I'll pick my battles in life. If someone's worth me saying, well, if someone was being horrible to someone else, oh God, I'd say something, believe you and me. And in time gone by, I've moved away from friends and said to them, don't be nasty about other people. Well, they weren't really friends, really. But I just wanted to say, like, if someone says something and it upsets you, I'm sorry for that it does. But it does, doesn't it? It shouldn't, but it does. I am not. I'm a bit lost of words today, as you can see. So I'm going to make a tea. I'm going to make me nice trusty bread. Toast that. And Thomas is coming after my little grandson, so that's good, isn't it? See, the universe gives me what I need, doesn't it? So Abigail and Tom want a night together. So she said, Mum, will you have the baby? And I said, of course. So I've got that to look forward to. But it just, I thought about my 8-year-old self again, and I thought, she'd have just carried on with a smile on her face. She'd have felt a bit hurt by unkind words, but she'd have carried on, and she was a strong little girl, she was, so I'm going to be strong. Anyway, thank you for listening. It just needs to get off my chest. It made me question my authenticity and my morals, and I know who I am. I'm a good person, and I'm not on YouTube to pull people in and have people subscribe, I'm trying to help. That's all I'm trying to do in my own little way while I help myself. So that was a bit of a ramble, but I am who I am, and I'm honest and I'm transparent, and if there's something on my mind, I'll come on and speak about it. Not one person might even watch this, but me talking into this camera is my therapy. Do you know what I mean? And when I had my therapy, my therapist said to me, it's got to be ongoing. You know, keep at it, Janine, keep at it, keep at it. That's why I have the Untold app, because that's really good. Helps you sort your head out. But this is my therapy now. And if I carry on talking to a screen and don't get any more subscribers or any more watches and follows, it doesn't matter, does it? I know I will, because, you know, I know I'm helping Kirsten and she's watching it. So that's one person and that's enough for me. So thank you for listening. I'm going to make my dinner. But I know, it's so good. It's like, as I say, it just means the world to me just to be able to talk into a screen and express myself. Do you know what I mean? And since I've been doing this for 4 weeks, I'm so much more articulate, because I was at home and just not talking to anyone. And you might think, well, you're just talking into a screen, Janine, but I'm not. Do you know, it's therapy. Anyway, I'm going to do my little bits of toast, but thank you for listening. Right, where's the bread? There you go. So, do you know what? I suppose, if you think about it, this is my loafer made. I feel better already, guys. I'm talking to myself, really, aren't I? And that's okay, isn't it? That's absolutely fine that I'm talking to myself. So, because it makes me feel better. It's a good thing, isn't it? So I'm going to toast them. So give a little pause now. Oh, feels so much better. Who would have thought, standing here talking to a camera would be just so beneficial? But it is. So I've let my bread cool down, guys. Just going to butter it. I'm having 3 pieces of bread. So just butter that. Butter it off. I'll move the camera. Bear with me. Yeah, so it's just funny how some words can just take you right back. But as I say, a year ago, maybe 18 months ago, I'm just buttering that. I'd have just deleted the whole account. I wouldn't have thought about it. I'd have believed, you know, that. And that person has said it without even thinking about it. But to me, it was a big trigger to say, look, there you are, just thinking about yourself, Janine, being selfish. You don't really want to help people. It's all about your ego, and it's not, guys, honestly. But yeah, you know, although I felt scared when I read it, because that's what it's about, fear, isn't it? I thought about it. I thought, makes me trust the teeth now. And then I started thinking, well, my tea towels aren't whiter than white. People are going to judge me. And then I thought, stop it right now. Just get on and have a chat about it and you'll feel better. So that's what I'm doing. And I've got friends that I can talk to. I've got my family, my kids as well. You know, Kay was the one who said to do the YouTube. And I've known Kay a long time. She's probably one of my longest friends. And it's not the first time she saved me. I was speaking to her yesterday and I said, you've saved me again, Kay. She's lovely. We're very good friends. And she said, it's not me. And I said, no, it's not. I said, because she kept on and on and on at me. You need to do it, Janine, you need to do it. And she always tells me I'm lovely. She was telling me about Mr. Beast. I'd never heard of him, you know. So, and I said, who is he? She said, he's a kind, you know, and he's probably one of the biggest people on YouTube. And she said, he's kind like you. So I have to believe that. But when someone types something like that, it takes me back to where I used to be. Or when someone's horrible to me, like you think is a friend, calling me names, horrible names, you know, it takes me back to where I was, all that time gone by, and you know, won't go into it, but you know, and then it does, doesn't it? It just triggers you. PTSD, it triggers you. But I've come on and I've spoke about it. I don't know whether I'll post this video, might not. I think, why shouldn't I? But let's get back to the dinner. So, you know, I said I bought some brown sauce and I'm hankering for it. I'm going to have it today. I've got my beans. I'm going to have these cold. Why not? Because they just look delicious. So I'll show you my meal in a minute. But yeah, someone makes you take steps, but you know, those that know, you know, some people can have comments and just brush them off, and that's fine, but some people live in a sensitive world. My son's very sensitive, he's a big overthinker, and that's because we consider other people's feelings, and that's the brunt of it. When that person typed that, they weren't thinking that they were going to upset me, but they just don't consider the feelings of others, and that's absolutely fine. You know, that person wasn't being deliberately nasty. Maybe they were a bit unhappy, maybe they weren't. That's not for me to analyse. That's what I used to try and do, time gone by, is analyse, well, you know, and think, oh, you know, maybe they've got issues going on, but that's not for me to worry about. I can't save the world, can I, in that sense? But I can do a little YouTube channel to help myself and maybe help some other people, can't I? And there's nothing wrong with that, is there? But yeah, it did trigger me. So, it's life, isn't it? But yeah, I'd rather be me than be someone who didn't care. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes caring can be a bit of an Achilles heel, can't it? But I'd rather be me. I'd rather get to the end and think people thought I was a nice person, and get to the end and have people think, jalapenos, that I wasn't very nice. So I'll keep being me and keep being nice. And when people are horrible to me, I'll come on here and have a chat about it. And I'll use my Untold app, but I won't change. And I'll keep remembering that when Kirsten says to me and my other friends that I'm a nice person, that I believe it. You know, I'll remember the cards my kids got me for Mother's Day. I'll remember the fact that I've got a French bulldog, who's probably one of the most difficult breeds to have. That, you know, it's like, I've had her since she was a puppy. Have I ever been mean to her? No, I haven't. So I'll remember all them things. I'll remember Kirsten telling me I'm kind. I'll remember all the times that, you know, I think that I'm not being selfish here, that I've been nice to people when I could have been horrible, when they were horrible to me, but I haven't, because that's not me. Don't get me wrong, I'm no saint, but I wouldn't be deliberately horrible, and I wouldn't get someone's weakness and weaponise it, you know what I mean? Because that's what people can do when you tell them things in confidence. I've had friends like that, time gone by, and they'll get it and weaponise it against you. But again, that says more about them than it does about you. Sometimes it's a reflection, isn't it, of how they feel about themselves. But rather than be nasty back or call them out, sometimes we just have to call time, don't we, on that friendship, and leave it behind, move on. So, guys, after the long chat, I'm just putting a bit of cheese on as well. You know that cheese? This is all on the shopping list, aside from the bread. I mean, it's a bit of a take on what I did for tea the other night, but I just wanted to talk to you and have a chat, to be fair. So, talk to the screen and get me feelings out, you know. A bit like journaling, isn't it? So, just wash my hands. Right, and I suppose today I'll show you this. Looks nice, doesn't it? It's cold instead of hot. I'm going to have a little tasty-wasty. Close today. More than ever. When I say when I finish my videos, be kind to yourself. And love yourself. Speaking it to myself as well, aren't I? So, because that one comment just made me ooh. You know, you're doing it to be selfish, and I'm not. Do you know, I'm not. I can say hand on heart, across my heart, I'm not. I'm not doing it for anything other than to help myself and try and help others. So be kind to yourself, love yourself. Give yourself a hug sometimes if you need one. Yeah, remember, give yourself a hug and look after yourself. Pat yourself on the back and say you're doing well. Anyway, guys, that's about it. Thanks for listening. Take care. Lots of love. Bye bye.